likely be. Get like me in the hallway. Long way from the lunchroom and crush groove. Through my struggle bubble like hot.
Yo, what's going on? It's your guy, Big PJR.
Spain like the country.
And this is
The
Informal Podcast. You already know. Make sure y'all tap in on all social media platforms. That's THEE Informal Podcast. And y'all know how we do, man. Like we say, join the conversation, man.
That's right.
Go check us out on YouTube. We in season 4 now. We've been doing this for a minute now, you know.
Season 4, baby.
We getting good at this, you know. So we like to highlight all the positivity that's going on in our community for those who don't know, for those who tapping in for the first time. So definitely thank y'all. Welcome for joining the conversation. As we say, yeah, man, welcome. So we got a special guest on the line. I had the pleasure of meeting this brother last year in Atlanta. He is the son of Atlanta legend, a hip-hop legend in the game, a real dope brother. I got the privilege to be a part of the Down for Low weekend. Down for Low week, actually. And so on the line, we got the brother Shawty Low Jr. How you doing, King?
Man, good.
Good, bro?
Good, man. It's a pleasure to be here, always.
Thank you for showing up and joining the conversation.
Yes, sir, man. We definitely appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
And I definitely had to come back through and reach out to the brother when I saw y'all was doing it again this year, man. So this year will be the second annual Down for Low week, right?
Nah, this is actually the 4th annual.
Oh, this the 4th?
Mm-hmm. I started it back in 2022. So 2022 was the first annual.
Okay. And how have you seen it grow from the first year to where you are now, man?
So how I've seen it grow is just like the people, the support, the love, like actually like now we have people that they were actually coming from different states to actually come to Down for Low week, you know, so and just watching it grow and see the output of love and support that we get is actually dope.
Yeah, man, like cause I know when me and the sister, shout out to sister Nene, we came down last year and it was in Atlanta, man, and I'm talking about the love, the hospitality, just the vibes, man. It was so positive. It was so dope. So I kind of want to touch on, before we dive into what's going on this year, why was it important for you to decide to do this and want to share your dad's legacy, not just with Atlanta, but with the world?
Well, first, my dad was loved by many, and I understand that I wasn't the only one who, or me and my family, we weren't the only ones who, lost him. Mm-hmm. The world lost him.
Right.
The hip hop community lost him. So, it's important to me to be able to share those moments with people that actually cared about him, and that's fans, friends, family, and whoever else.
Yeah, man, that's dope. So before we dive more into your dad's legacy and what he been doing, we want to tap into you, brother. See what Shawty Low Jr. been doing. Because a lot of times, we only talk about the legacy, but like I said, he got family, he got kids, he got people that's still here, man. So how has life been for you since losing your dad?
Life, to be honest, I kind of had to figure it out. Because prior to losing my dad, I had lost my mom a year prior. So I lost my mom, and then my granddad, which is my dad's father, he passed 2 weeks before my dad. So it was all back to back to back.
Oh, wow.
So, so with that being said, like trying to figure out life and what I wanted to do and, and what was next, it kind of took a while, I actually went through a lot, after losing my father and stuff and having to stay with family. And when that kind of went away, I kind of was in a way homeless, going from house to house and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, trying to figure out that part until I got a solid foundation going. I was able to get a good job and actually pick myself up. You know, music was never my first option. You know, I wanted to play football, go to college, you know, start a business and and do stuff like that. You know, so music just came because I seen the opportunities that I could get from doing music based on who my pops is. So yeah,
Okay.
it was a lot.
Yeah, that's dope.
Okay. So now, so you do music?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So what was that like? Like, you know, cause your pops had some bangers, bro. Like
Straight
Done
bangers.
is still one of my songs that I still play periodically. So what was that like to come behind such a, like I said, a hip hop legend, bro? Like Shawty Low came on the scene and hit the scene hard.
Right. So it was kind of like people, you know, they were kind of they had a certain expectation, or like they I've even had DJs and certain people be like, bro, your dad was a trap rapper, so that's the type of music that's gonna resonate, this and that. But it's like me as being an artist, I like all music, so
Right.
I'm not gonna limit myself to trying to make that type of music. And plus, I'm not a trapper.
Come
you
on
know?
now.
My dad did that, so we didn't have to.
Come on now.
But like, even though I grew up around it and I seen what was going on, I didn't live that life. I ain't never had to go to nobody or do this, do that, or sell drugs to people on the level that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not my lane to go talk about. I can talk about what I seen, but not what I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, so just winning over the ear of the people, because once I started to drop music, people like, oh, bro, this dope. Ooh, ooh. It was even, I even had people tell me like, bro, you got the potential to be bigger than your dad.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, what? But that's crazy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but just working on perfecting my craft, and just staying true to who I am and not letting people box me into like that's Shawty Low son. He should make this type of music.
Yeah.
And I make all types of music.
I like that. I like that, bro. I definitely like that because we live in a time where people want to live a facade or a certain lifestyle, and you being the son of a person who you could, like I said, if you wanted to, you could talk based on what you saw, and it would probably be a lot more accurate than what a lot of these cats out here are portraying, right? But you decided to go in the opposite direction. Was that you just saying, look, I don't want to be my dad, but I want to do me? Because I think that's a big piece when you have shoes like that you could feel, and you're like, nah, I want to do me. So what was that like to say, nah, I'm going to do me, and Shawty Low Jr. is going to be different?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say the I'm gonna do me part came, just that's just what it was even before people started saying, hey, your dad is this, he did this, he went that type of direction. I was already gonna do me. It's like I can't help that I have the foundation that he built, which is a plus, you know what I mean? Because now I can get stuff done a lot faster. People will listen to me a lot faster, or just, hey, look, I got this, I'm doing this, and I have those relationships because of him. So it's like people try to, it's like they really want to see how far I'm gonna go with it now, because it was at first, hey, bro, like, we think you should be like this, to let's sit back and and see what he do, because like people have been asking me to drop some more music or drop some new music, which means that they like what they heard.
Right.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I probably only put out about 6 or 7 songs over the last 3 or for 4 years now.
Oh, come on, bro.
Um,
Yeah, you got to ramp them numbers up, man.
I see, but and then that go to tie into this. I had to learn the business, the music business.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, just getting out here and doing stuff, and that's how people get, sign bad paperwork, or I didn't know, or I trusted them to
Right.
do the right thing. And, in this business, you really can't trust nobody
Mm-mm.
to do the right thing. You got to know what to do. So I
Yeah.
had to dial it back and go learn, you know,
Mm.
and that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't go learn. It's like I could have a been signed to a label and do this and do that. These people want to put their money behind me, but then, I didn't know that they would own me. And
Mm.
my name, my likeness,
All that.
and everything that I'm trying to do, they would own it. So it would have been hard for me to try to rebrand myself after that. Once everybody knows me and sees me a certain type of way. So it's like having to learn the business.
I love what you just said, bro.
Yeah, I gotta salute you on that right there.
Because
A lot of people don't do it.
you said two things that stood out, and I want to ask you a little bit on it. So
Okay.
one, when you talked about, I knew that I was going to do me before the game, before all that. So the first question I want to ask you, is that something that your dad, your family, your upbringing, is that something that was instilled in you to, nah, you be the best version of you? And then second, how important was it to, again, pump the brakes to say, man, I'm going to learn the business first, and then I have time to put out music?
Um, you know, First, to answer your first question,
Mhm.
my dad was just he was always a person to tell somebody to stay true to who they are. People will accept you better when it's you versus they find out that you are pretending.
Mm.
Because it's like once people know who you are, you know, it's easier to do things. But like you can only put up a facade for so long. You can only fake it for so long.
Hmm.
And that's why his legacy it still lives because he was a real person.
Yeah.
You know, he was silent, he was cool, he was humble, he was genuine, he helped people, he was himself, and
Hmm.
he talked about literally what he used to do, and he was just a cool, smooth dude. So people accepted him. It wasn't because he was the best rapper; it was because it was him.
Hmm.
You
He
know
was
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah. He was
Right.
true to him. Yep.
So, and what was the
Oh yeah,
and then the part about
second was, why was
learning
it
the business?
important to make sure to learn that business?
It's very important to know the business because the business that's what's going to take care of you. It like this music business is 90% business, 10% talent.
Hmm.
And that's my own personal, observation.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like it's important to know what to do and what not to do because how can I put this? Um, this can hurt you in the long run. Not knowing the business, not knowing how to set you up and your family up, and your kids or your future. It only takes really one hit, and
Hmm.
and and if you do it right or use the money the right way or have it set up the right way, you can eat for life, and you
Mm.
can and then you can get your whole life set up around that one single and around the money and the business that you get off that
Yeah.
single. You know what I
Facts.
mean? So
Facts, bro.
knowing what to do, what not to do, knowing your worth, knowing the percentages and and not just being thirsty for the money or for the opportunity,
Hmm.
all of that plays a part into being a successful business person,
Come
not
on,
just
man.
an artist.
Right.
You
Come
know what
on,
I mean?
man. Yeah, man. Because on this platform, that's what we like to do is share gems and information. Because it may be somebody out there listening that may be up and coming and may not know this. So we want to tell them, yo, pump the brakes, man. Learn that business. And we've had enough examples of bad contracts and bad deals and bad signings. So you should know by now to take your time, get you a lawyer, look over that contract, make sure that paperwork right before you sign anything. So, all right, brother. So, look, man, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back with Shawty Low Jr., and we're going to touch on Down for Low Week Season 4. All right? We'll be right back with the Informal Podcast, Big Pete JR.
Spain like the country.
We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Shop with us today at On God Motivation. It's where faith meets fashion. Your home for motivation apparel. OnGodMotivation.com. Shop with us today.
Yeah. Make sure y'all check out our sponsors at OnGodMotivation.com. Shop today. It's your guy, Big Pete JR.
Spain like the country.
And this is the Informal Podcast.
That's right.
And we right back with our special guest, Shawty Low Jr. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right. So look, brother, we want to jump into the reason we here for tonight, man. So it is Down for Low Week again, the 4th annual one. Giving them a little bit more information and details about where this one is going to be. And I heard you doing 2 this year. So give them a little bit more details and information, and we're going to make sure this episode drops this weekend so they hear it.
Okay, perfect. So yes, this is the 4th annual Down for Low Week, which is going to take place March 20th through March 23rd, and that is going to happen in Atlanta and in Detroit. And the reason that it's happening in 2 places is because I'm working on spreading Down for Low Week, and the goal is to go from state to state or city to city, and get people to come back to Atlanta because this is his home. So the goal is to go and make so much of an impact that people to be a part of this, and we basically we involve the youth, the community, the artists, the government people, we involve them too. So we try to involve the whole community to come out and celebrate, and do things with us, and we give back, So we donate and stuff like that, to the school, to the youth. We feed the homeless. We have a celebrity game where actually now what I'm doing with the game is I'm going to go get some of the top players in these high schools and let them play in the game as well.
I like that.
So, just to involve the youth more, and involve the people more. So, we just trying to work it from every angle because my dad was about love and being together, unity, and he was the man of help. He helped people. He gave plenty of opportunities and chances to people, for them to showcase who they are and to be who they are. So, yeah.
Okay, bro. That's dope. Where can they get tickets, or if they want to be involved? Is there any way, if somebody can't make it to Detroit, so hold on, wait. Before you dive into that, so the one in Detroit is what's the dates of the Detroit stop?
Same dates, March 20th through March 23rd. So
okay.
Both events here in Atlanta and in Detroit, they fall on the same day. So my family, they are handling the one down here in Atlanta while I go to Detroit.
Oh, so you doing it at the same time?
That's dope.
Oh, that's big, bro. That's what's up. So what can they expect at the Atlanta location? Because I'm sure it's going to be maybe a little different than what's in Detroit. So let's touch on what can they expect if they pop up in Atlanta for Shawty Low weekend.
You know what? This was the first time I didn't, give my input on the Atlanta one.
What?
I let the people, I let my family kind of do what they are going to do. So I can't tell nobody what to expect, but other than just to show up and it's going to be big. They have told me some of the people who are going to come out and be there and be, a part of it. And I gave the green light. Okay, cool, perfect. So
okay.
So,
Okay, so basically, if y'all listening and y'all in Atlanta area, just pop out. It's trust me. I was there last year and I was only able to catch 2 or 3 days of it. But when I mean the energy in the city is just love. The basketball game was amazing. It was fun. We went out, we partied that night. It was just a good vibe. We went through the Trap Museum. That was dope. So if you're in Atlanta, definitely pull up. Y'all gonna enjoy it. So what can they expect at the Detroit one then? Since you probably was more hands-on, because I heard you got a few special announcements at the Detroit stop.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna have a watch party, and meaning that my dad was working on a documentary before he passed, and he didn't get to finish it, but we do have some of that footage.
Okay.
I was gonna let the people view some of it in Detroit. So that's going to be the first time that that's going to happen, and this was actual footage that he was shooting. So this is going to be near and dear to me, and Detroit is going to be the first to actually see it.
Wow.
Hold on. So he has a documentary? Is it coming out,
Yeah,
or is it just you just have
It
what
will
you
be
have?
coming out.
I like
Well, it's like I'm working out those kinks now, but I was gonna let them see because the guy my dad was shooting it with, he has a lot of that footage, but he say that he lost like a couple of hard drives or a couple of them had got stolen from him. So a lot of footage is gone.
Okay.
But what we do have, he still said that it's over an hour and some change, almost 2 hours worth of footage. So we would have to sit down and go through it and edit it and make it look like something. And I was going to show at least half an hour of it in Detroit, and then I was going to set up a website to where people can go watch it.
Oh,
But I
that
was
would
going
be nice.
premiere it in Detroit,
I like that.
That's dope.
I like that.
and then also in Detroit, I was going to have like a Shawty Low like type showcase type thing to where artists can come out, and I was going to allow up to 30 artists come out and perform, and I was going to give a feature or do a song with each artist in Detroit.
Wow.
So
That's big,
so
bro.
yeah.
That's big,
So,
man.
mhm.
That's big. So why Detroit? Because so I'm assuming the first 3 years it was solely in Atlanta, right? And this is the first year that you're expanding outside. So why was Detroit an important market to hit? Because I did see you and the brother Young Meech on the gram, which I thought was a dope moment for just the culture, right? Especially what your pops, being gone and what his pops went through. I think to see the younger generation not following in those footsteps was a dope moment. So, just touch on why Detroit being like the first spot to touch outside.
Really, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was really spare of the moment. I was like, bro, it was just one day. I was like, bro, I've been doing it in Atlanta for the last 3 years. I want to go somewhere different.
Okay.
And when I got on the phone with my team and stuff like that, they was like, where would you think? I was like, well, I do know some people in Detroit because it was really last minute. I thought about this probably like the third week of January, and March is around the corner. So it's like, and I was like, well, if I do go somewhere, I have to go somewhere where I know people who have pull and they got power.
There
So
you go.
that's why I say Detroit, because I know Southwest T, and he was willing to play a part and help and stuff like that too. So this was real big. You know what I mean? To actually say, you know what, I'm gonna take it there, make a phone call. They like, yeah, bro, we can help. We love Low. You know what I mean? So
Yo,
yeah.
that to me is so gangster in the sense of the new gangster that we're trying to introduce, right? Is using your power and influence for good, right? Like, and I think that it speaks volume to the legacy that your dad left is the fact that, because he's been going now, 9 years?
9 years.
And you can still make calls based on his reputation. I just think that just speaks volume to your father's legacy as well as the relationships that he developed while here on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro.
That's
like,
amazing.
you know, so how was it calling them, right? Like reaching out to BMF, because we know they hot right now. Everybody's home. Welcome home, Meech. Welcome home, T. You know, everybody's out. So what was that like, you know, having that access to make that call and be like, look, man, I need some help, you know, because it's good having those connections where brothers can help each other out.
Really, I was talking to T, right hand man, you know. So when I went up there to Detroit, you know, to actually meet with a couple people and see the spaces that I was going to use and stuff, you know, and then T man was like, hey, we over here eating. So we actually went and ate lunch and we talked about it, you know. So we actually got to sit down and, you know, and they pretty much asked me why. They're like, you know, okay, you trying to grow it. Why Detroit? This, and that. Woo, woo, woo. And I told him like, hey, you know, this was a place that my dad loved to come to. You know, he said that he got a lot of love here too.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and plus, you know, I felt like you guys could help and or be a part of this, and it would be a good look for everybody because we involve in the community as well. So that's really how it went.
That's what's up. And I'm assuming y'all are doing a community give back just like you do in Atlanta and Detroit, right?
Yep.
Okay. And do you know what day that is? Because we definitely want to make sure we highlight all of the party stuff, but we want to tell people that need some help where they can pull up at, because we know in these current conditions, it's a lot of people that can use help. So if you could tell us what day in Detroit is the give back, so we definitely want to highlight that.
Okay, so that Friday we are feeding the homeless. Like we are partnering with like a soup kitchen and stuff like that, where we will be volunteering, prepping the food, passing out food and stuff like that. That Sunday we were able to partner with Dave and Buster's. So basically, so people can, you know, they can come out, kids, the family, you know. And, you know, we were able to, you know, they partnered with us and gave us like our own little part that we can have for the people to come in, food and stuff like that, you know. So
that's dope.
That part of it, that's gonna be the part for the family, you know.
Okay.
You come out, have fun, we kick it, you can eat, play games, have a good time, and it's all on us.
I like that.
So that's how we were able to give back.
I like that. So is there going to be a basketball game in Detroit?
Yes, sir. March 22nd.
Ooh, y'all balling out there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Look, y'all make sure y'all pull up on that. That's a good time. It's a great time to network, fellowship, come together as a community, smile, laugh, joke, and just have a good time and watch some brothers and some sisters get out there and just hoop, you know what I mean, and just have a good time. So that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. All right, so look, we're going to take one more commercial break, and we're going to be right back. Good evening. This is your guy, Big PJR, and this is our second sponsor for the evening. You're looking for a luxury transportation. Book your experience today with Track Transportation. 2 Rolls Royce, a Porsche, Mercedes, and check out our all-new party bus. And we have some new additions coming to the fleet soon. So book your appointment today. Book your experience with Track Transportation at tracktransportation.com. All right, this your guy, Big PJR.
Spain like the country.
And this is the Informal Podcast.
That's right.
And y'all know how we do. We right back with our special guests. Before we wrap up, we want to touch on some fun stuff, man, because I'm sure, you know, being around your pops, and there's a little nugget
right
that I want to share.
Blew my mind.
Go ahead, Keith.
So first of all, I just want to salute you, bro, for continuing to put your father's legacy out there and doing what you're doing, bro. That's dope. I think that's the dopest thing ever. And I know you mentioned when you were organizing everything, you said March is around the corner. March is your dad's birth month, correct?
Right.
Right. And it's wild because when I was looking at and searching this information, I was like, March 22nd, 1976. I was like, bro, we were the same age. Like my birthday is March 15th.
Yep.
1976. I was like, wow. I said, and that I'm not big on astrology and all that stuff, but I said, I know what type of person your dad was, like down to earth, loving. I already know. So salute you on everything and keep doing everything you're doing, bro.
Thank you, Bruce. I really, man, hearing that will never get old. So
Cool.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because people gotta understand, like it don't be an easy task, and
Right.
you know, and then with the losing someone, like you never really get over it when
Right.
you really love that person. So
Right.
to put this on and basically allowing everybody to come together and we grieve together, you know, even though it don't look like it,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So man, we definitely want the people out there to hear some of the good times, man, because I'm sure. So give us like 2 or 3 good moments that you and your dad had that just no matter where you are, if it comes to mind, there's a smile on your face or something like that. But just give us 2 or 3 of those like moments that just stick out.
I ain't gonna lie. It's really kind of hard to pick from, man, because you know, my dad was a character, bro. He loved to have fun. He's funny. He loved to play jokes on you, pranks on you, throw water on you, slap you while you sleep, and all that stuff. But one moment that always like hit me. We had went on our first cruise, and I think it was like 2009.
Okay.
And we went on our first cruise. I think I was like, how old was I? 2009. I was probably like 14,
Okay.
15 years old. And he pulled me in the room, and he had a lot of cash on the bed. So
Okay.
you know, I ain't never really. I've seen him with a lot of money, but I ain't never just know how
See
much
it.
it was.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, so he asked me, how much money is there? I was like, I don't know. 10,000? He's like, nah. I was like, 20? He's like, nah. I was like, 50? He's like, nah. I was like, 80? He's like, nah. I was like, 100? He say, you got to keep going. I was like, 150? He was
God.
like, but basically, it was almost 200,000 on the bed.
Damn.
And he basically told me, man, you got to learn how to count money with your eyes, because it's going to be you one day. Like, man, you know, and that moment just with me, because it's like, bro, you know, as a teenager or as a kid, you only talk about and dream about stuff like that, but you don't really know what it looked like.
Yeah.
And just to have somebody believe in you and say this gonna be you one day, it's like, damn, you know, and you know, I ain't never know how, you know, my goal was to go play football, go to college, be in the league and stuff like that. That was my dream, you know. But for him to have that thought and that vision of me, like, yeah, like I can do it, you can do it.
Ooh.
You know, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then that's one moment.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, bro. We got so many. I'm just trying to think of ones that I just
Yeah,
think
because
of all the time.
I mean, because like at that age, bro, I can't imagine how motivating that was, right? Because
Man, yeah.
like because look, we all have goals of a number that we want to reach, and I don't think we realize what it physically looks like.
Right.
Like to hold 200,000 in cash is insane.
Tell me about it.
Like that is insane. So, and I can only imagine having a conversation while somebody's standing over top of me talking about something. Oh yeah, you can do it too. Word, show me how. I'm interested in learning.
Back.
I'm trying to tell you.
God, that's
Um,
crazy, man.
and tell me about it.
All right, okay,
And
all right. Oh yeah, go ahead,
I
go
got
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
and I was gonna say, like, well, as I got older, like 16, 17 years old, me and my dad used to compete to get women. So we used to have fun, bro. It's we'll really see who can pull the lady or the little
Yeah,
female that we actually see. So we used to compete.
get out of
And
here.
and I ain't gonna lie, he used to win like 80% of the time. You got to think
That is Shawty
Shawty
Loaded.
Loaded.
You
at the
feel
end of
me?
the
Yeah.
day.
Back.
So, but yeah, man.
Oh,
So
yo, that's what's up, man. No, that's what's
but
up. So, who are some of the people that you've had the pleasure of meeting because of your dad? Like, like people grow up around this celebrity or this artist, or but I know Atlanta itself is like turning into what New York used to be in the early '90s, where you can just see a celebrity walking down the street or in the mall. But what were some of those like people that you got to see growing up?
really, the industry that you see now, a lot of these guys were around my father, or he helped them, or he showed them love, or gave them opportunity from whether it was Future, Young Thug, 21 Savage, um,
Mm,
who else? Pretty much damn near anybody who don't came out of Atlanta, Gucci Man. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I done met all these people. DJ Khaled. Who else? Young Jeezy, bro. You name it, I probably done seen them, met them, talked to them,
That's
know
what's
them
up.
personally. The Shot Boys, Franchise Boys. Any big artist or rap group that have came out of Atlanta, I pretty much done ran it to them or
Damn.
know them and have a personal relationship with them. That's why me doing music here in Atlanta is really kind of easy because I pretty much know all the people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know all the movers and shakers and who to get in
Right.
contact with. So yeah. That's a. So how was being around that helped shaped you now as an artist, right? Because again, you talked about the business, right? You talked about taking your time. How did all of those influences and being around these different people, right, like help shape who you are today as the man, the artist, the businessman, and all of that?
Just because when they would ask certain questions, hey, Lo, you got this, or is your song like that, or do you have the acapella or the show track and this and that, or did you do this and do that? And I'm like, shit, I don't know nothing about all that. You know what I mean? And they like, well, who made this beat? I got it off YouTube. I'm like, oh Lord, no, no, you gotta get it made, you gotta get a producer, and it just like
Mm.
it really just showed me like in order to really get you cannot be famous or popular and still get paid off your music if you handle the behind the scenes stuff, you know.
Mm.
And you can get, like us playing the game 2K, Madden, you can get your music on that with
Yep.
a sync license, and nobody would never know who you are.
Right.
Nope.
But they hear your song on the game, you get a good check for that. You know what I mean? So it's all type of stuff you can do if you know the business.
Mm.
So being around these type of people, they ask certain questions, and then when I start to get certain people on my team and stuff like that, and they started to help me structure stuff. That they were asking me, well, what I want to do, and then, well, y'all don't even know the hours and hours and hours and hours I have spent on the phone listening to people.
Mm.
Like I have fallen asleep on the phone because it was so much. So It's like I probably know all I need to. Well, I probably heard
Yeah.
all I need to know, but it was so much that some of it didn't stick. But when it's time to do certain things, I know what to do. I probably don't know all of it, and if I don't, I just call and ask them, "Hey, I'll talk to this person. They said this. So what do you think about that? Or how should I go about that?" You know what
That's
I mean?
smart,
So
bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
that's smart, and that's using your access wisely, right? That's not like
hmm
Wallow just said it in his interview the other day. It's knowing when to call your connections, not just calling them all the time, but knowing when to call them and ask them a question, ask them for information. People don't mind helping if you're asking the right questions, but don't just call and be like, "Yo, what you doing tonight?" That's probably not the play. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know what was how hard was it, first of all, and the significance of building a good team behind you.
Man, the team is everything, man.
Right.
And what I learned over the last few years, people, I was a person. I want to help everybody. I want everybody to win, and I got come with me. I'm opening up the door for everybody. And what I learned is you can't do that.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I think we all
And
learned that.
because as much as people may plead and say they hungry and they really want it, like once you get around them and you get to know them and you see that they don't have some of the skills or the work ethic to be the person that they want to be, that they think is just supposed to come, and even the people on your team,
Facts.
they be like that too.
Yup.
They say that, hey, I do this, but what I had to learn, you may do this, but do you do this on a high level?
Ooh.
Are you going to help me, or you working with me is going to help you?
Ooh.
And that's what I had to learn.
That's a good.
That's real
I
shit.
never thought of that, bro. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Trying to tell you.
Are you
Nah, but it's
helping
real
me?
though.
Are you helping me to help you?
And but sometimes you really got to think about it. It's like, is the person helping you, or are you helping them? And what I had to learn, it's their job to help me. It's not my job to help them.
Right.
So once I'm helping them more than they helping me, I'm getting all the phone calls, then I'm turning over my contacts and relationship to them to build them up, then that's not helping me.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Because in that case, the people are already calling me. I don't need you.
Yeah, they already know you.
Right. My point. So if I'm helping build up you, then how is that helping me? I need somebody who already do this. And that's what I had to learn. Or like who's already in the business and do this and that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
having a good quality, well-versed team is important.
Yeah, brother. Yo, no, like one thing I will say before we wrap this up tonight, man, this conversation was all gems. You dropped a lot of jewels in this conversation, bro. And I just want to say, continue what you're doing, keep going. And I'm glad you touched on what you touched on, right? Because that's what me and this brother sitting across from me believe in. If we help each other get to where we need to be, that's the goal. So when I saw your post and when you was on another platform and literally the quote was, how can other platforms help y'all? You was like, yo, just post, just share. That's all. If we can't do nothing else, that's what we should at least be doing for one another. And I just want to say thank you from us for joining the conversation and jumping on the platform, because I'm a big fan of your dad. I was actually living that lifestyle when he was out. So that was a soundtrack to my life when,
Gotcha.
that stuff was going on. So it was a privilege and an honor to be there last year. Unfortunately, we can't make it this year. But like we do, just like you do, we're going to lock in this relationship and we're going to continue to build and grow with one another. So if you have something else going on, you got music, we have a platform where you can send us music and we can play it and all of that, right? So that's what we want to create here is that network of black people and entrepreneurs and hustlers working together to promote one another. So we just want to say thank you for coming on the platform, bro. Is there anybody you want to shout out? Any telling people where they can follow you at and where they can follow the Down for Low Week page, because we want to make sure they stay tapped in as well.
I got you. First off, always, I want to shout out God, man. None of this would have been possible, without God. Even when things have been up or when things have been down, I never lost faith. I never lost hope. You know what I mean? So, and that's thank God for that, because I could have been doing anything. And shout out to the parents that He gave me. Shout out to my mom, my dad, my family. I thank for it all, because that helped shape me and mold me into the person that I am today. You guys can follow me on IG. That's Shawty Low Jr. That's SHAWTYLO_JR. And you can follow the page Down for Low Week. That's DOWN4LO Week. And you can keep up with what's going on in Atlanta and in Detroit and with me. So yeah.
Yeah. And if we can get you to do one more thing for us before you get out of here, just shout out the Informal Podcast, my brother.
Hey, man, it's your boy Shawty L.O. Jr., man, and I'm here locked in with the Informal Podcast.
Hey, my brother, we appreciate it, man. I hope the event goes off well. I will definitely tag you when we drop this video, and I will chop up any clips that you want to, promote, because we definitely want to have a good turnout in both spots. So, yeah, man, we want to wish you the best. And like we say, rest in peace, Shawty L.O., man, one of the greats in the game.
Facts.
So if you're in Atlanta, you in Detroit the week of March 22nd, pull up, pop out, see what's going on, go to the page, get the full listing, get the full layout, get your tickets. Some of the events are free. That's what is dope about it, right? There are some things you can just pull up to. So definitely check it out. Support. It's a good movement. Shout out BMF and the whole team out in Detroit for rocking with y'all, man. Like, I just love to see brothers work together in a positive light. So keep doing what you're doing out there in the city, bro. And now that I got the contact, I'm going to definitely reach back out. So when we in Atlanta, we might have to pull up and get an in-person interview and see what you got going on, bro.
All right, bet that, bro.
Yeah, bro. Say less, man. I'm always in Atlanta, so I definitely hit you up when I'm down in the city, bro. But thank you, man, for joining the conversation. This your guy, Big Pete Jr.
Spain like the country.
And this is the Informal Podcast, live on Culture Mix Radio at K101.2 Pop, live on the Odyssey app. Download it today. Peace.
Peace, Ken Folk.
Yeah, man. 50 turns, man. It's a good thing. Feel good. Still doing this thing. I got a clean bill of health, folks. No doctor's orders. Yeah. Do this thing. Check it out. Half a hundred, long time coming. 100 miles and running, loving what I'm becoming. Would likely be get like me in the hallway. Long way from the lunchroom and crush groove. Through my struggle, bubble like hot.